Stay tuned for my comments after the video.
She knows how to cut. We know how not to. Experience movies the way they were meant to be seen. Uncut and commercial-free. Only on Turner Classic Movies.
Starting in the 1950s, Disney also made live-action adventures like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But this was Disney's first foray into live-action comedy, and it was a big hit. It tells the story of a boy who finds an ancient ring, and when he reads the inscription on the ring out loud, the kid literally turns into a shaggy dog, and then he changes back into a boy, then back into a dog, always, of course, at the most inopportune times. To star, Disney cast many of the young actors who were already under contract for Disney TV shows. And the grown-up lead went to 51-year-old Fred MacMurray. Fans of Disney films will remember, of course, that Fred MacMurray went on to become a mainstay in Disney comedies for the next several years. Here he is, starring in a Disney comedy for the first time, from 1959, The Shaggy Dog.
He was the shaggiest dog. He was the shaggiest dog. He was the spookiest dog I ever did see.
Go on, get out of here. Go on. Get.
I saw that dog upon a stair. I looked again and he wasn't there. I looked once more and what did I see?
That great big shaggy dog.
A grinning at me.
Blast.
Yes, dear?
That's ridiculous, of all the sickly sentimentality. Giving a medal to a dog.
Don't get the paper in the butter, dear.
Being a big hero out of him.
Now, don't upset yourself, Wilson.
Dogs. Yapping and snapping at a man's heels.
You must remember, sweet, that most people love dogs.
I suppose I'm some kind of a freak because I don't.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, dear. Frankly, I think that dogs don't like mailmen because sometimes they bring bad news.
Great suffering cat.
Chiffon, j'ai tant été sur mon cher petit chou. Tu es chez toi maintenant.
What's she saying?
Tu comprends? Baby. J'ai tant été sur mon cher.
What's the big idea?
Get down.
Now, don't give me trouble, Mooch.
You've got trouble. Look at yourself.
Oh, no, no, not here, not now, please.
Oh, boy, you're a dog again.
What are you so happy about?
Gosh, Wilby, you know you're a lot more fun as a dog than you are as my brother.
Ah, shut up.
Well, I finally got a dog.
What do you mean you've got a dog? We've got a dog.
The Shaggy Dog was Disney's first live-action comedy, and it went on to become the studio's biggest box office hit ever. Being a very smart man, Walt Disney quickly realized he'd stumbled onto a formula, and in the years ahead, Disney went back to the well again and again, mixing small-town settings and crazy situations to create some of the most popular family comedies of the 1960s. Always looking to get the most out of its properties, Disney re-released The Shaggy Dog about 8 years later, 1967. Then in 1976, Disney made a sequel, which we have coming up next today. So if you'd like to see more people turning into Shaggy Dogs, stick around. I can pretty much guarantee it's going to happen.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, aspiring attorney Dean Jones is transformed into the Shaggy DA. Then Jones gets behind the wheel of a magical ride, the Love Bug, and the Wily Wagon thwarts Keenan Wynn in Herbie Rides Again. Punch our buggy today at TCM.com.
We just watched Turner Classic Movies' intro for The Shaggy Dog as it aired on the channel in 2008. This was one of the Disney films TCM ran for a month-long series of movies called The Family Classics, which featured older live-action Disney films. The film is The Shaggy Dog, a 1959 fantasy comedy from Walt Disney Productions starring Fred MacMurray, Gene Hagen, Tommy Kirk, Kevin Corcoran, Tim Considine, Roberta Shore, and Annette Funicello. In the film, teenager Wilby Daniels, played by Kirk, puts on a ring and triggers an old curse from the Borgias that turns him into a shaggy dog. Throughout the film, he turns back and forth from human to dog and back again, usually at the most inopportune times. There's also a background story involving French spies and espionage. The film was inspired by the 1923 book The Hound of Florence by Austrian author Felix Salten. Salten is also the author of the books Bambi and Perry, which Disney also turned into films. This film was a huge hit for Disney, grossing over $9 million during its initial release in 1959. That's like $95 million in today's money. It was the second highest grossing film of 1959, and it outperformed Disney's other big release that year, Sleeping Beauty. In fact, Sleeping Beauty actually lost money at the box office. The Shaggy Dog launched a franchise for Disney, including a 1976 sequel, The Shaggy DA, a 1987 TV sequel, a 1994 TV remake, and a 2006 live-action remake starring Tim Allen. This is one of the few feature films Walt Disney released in black and white. His films were usually in color. For years, people said it was because Disney faced a money crunch at the time and couldn't afford to use color. But that's not really true for this film. Disney's money crunch came a little later, and it was one of the reasons Disney made The Absent-Minded Professor in black and white in 1960, but not The Shaggy Dog. Walt Disney told the story of how The Shaggy Dog came to be in an interview. It was originally planned for TV. He said he first pitched the idea of The Shaggy Dog to ABC, who had asked Disney to come up with a TV series. Disney said ABC turned him down flat, so he went back to the studio and told producer Bill Walsh to redesign it as a feature film. To save money, they filmed it in black and white, used TV film stock, and used the same crew that worked on Spin and Marty for the Mickey Mouse Club, as well as many of the actors in that show. If things didn't work out, Disney figured he could always just run the film as a two-parter on his anthology TV show, Disneyland. But as we know, things did work out. This film is truly one of Disney's best comedies and truly a classic. It's been said this film served as the template or formula for many future Disney family comedies in the 1960s, like The Absent-Minded Professor, Son of Flubber, The Misadventures of Merlin Jones, The Monkey's Uncle, and others. It may also be the first time Disney switched a TV project to a feature film project, something that also happened again in the 1960s with The Misadventures of Merlin Jones, and even in the 1990s with Toy Story 2, which was originally planned as a direct-to-video release. This video also includes an introduction and wrap-up from TCM host Ben Mankiewicz. All during this series of films presented on TCM, the host provided extra information and trivia. Some of the comments they added before and after the films included information I had never heard before. Their commentary was a welcome addition to the experience of watching these films. Well, those are my comments for this video. If you like these retro videos, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, click the notification bell, and leave a comment. All these things really help the channel. Keep watching for more retro videos like this and other retro videos like Retro Talk. Take care of yourself and look out for others. Talk to you later. Bye.
This video brought to you by StockAgogo.com, Stock Photos.